and welcome back to Mad's World. This week I'm joined by the lovely Simon Taylor.
And I'm making her do the podcast without headphones.
I am literally so scared. I actually feel like we're not doing it. I feel like it's not even recording. This is like...
But that's it. It's going to feel different. People are going to be like, Mads, oh my God, it felt so natural and everything just felt so free.
See, the reason I had headphones is because I did, like, two guys that I was managing who have a big podcast were like, yep, get you in the zone, it's great. And, like, normally I listen to a song with my guests before, but, like, we could have done the song, but we haven't.
We could just sing a song.
You can. Go.
All I know is Disney songs right now because I've got a 2-year-old and we're just rewatching the backlog of...
What's your fave?
Oh, man. Love The Lion King.
That's a classic.
And I love it because you can sing all the different voices, like the different animals.
Okay.
And then, look, Frozen is not my vibe, really, to be honest. I don't think the songs in Frozen are as good as the classics.
I think that there's one good song in Frozen.
Let It Go, that one?
Yeah, but I also like a bit of a fixer-upper. I also like the one where she's with Hans in the castle at the start. I just like them all,
That's true. I actually like the one where they're
the
like...
trolls?
No, what's the one where Anna and it's like... Can I say something crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We finish each other's sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like it's cringe, but like...
It's so cringe, but it's intentionally cringe.
Yeah, obsessed.
But the bit of a fixer-upper is such a weird song because there's this one line at the end going like, oh, by the way, you can't change people, but you can bring out the best in them. And it's like... But that's the opposite of the song.
Yeah, you're trying to literally fix them up and give them a renovation.
Yeah, so the first part of the song is like you fix them and you change them. And the last bit, they're just like, oh, by the way, that's not exactly what we mean. It's like, well, then don't write that song.
Iconic. Love it.
Anyway, rewatching all like your childhood TV and whatnot.
You realise they're not as good?
Well, it's not even that. You just realise the sort of things that were put into our brain, like how violent Bugs Bunny is. It's wildly violent.
Yeah, I didn't really think of that.
Yeah.
They blow each other up with TNT.
Yeah, but even just the hunters shooting their faces around and around. So I'm looking at this going, no, I don't want my son to look at this. Or even the very first Mickey Mouse. I'm like, I'm going to go back to the original Mickey. He's like swinging cats around. And
do you know the one, what is it, Fantasia?
Yeah.
Nightmare material. That is nightmare fuel. Like, why the fuck are they in a dungeon and there's like brooms that come to life? I'm like, this is literally...
It's terrifying.
I remember, like, even hearing the song, I get an anxious feeling in my chest. I have had severe anxiety since I was a kid. I'm like, no fucking wonder.
It's literally Fantasia.
Literally.
And since then, I haven't been able to sweep my house because, I'm terrified of brooms.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
So you are a Melbourne-born comedian.
Yes.
And somehow you accidentally went from living in Melbourne to writing for Jay Leno was it in LA?
Yeah. Craziest LA story.
Yeah. What the hell, Leonte?
Well, because I thought at the time, I'm like, wow, this is LA. You turn up and you get an opportunity. You're exciting. and then after, 10, 15 years of living in LA, I'm like, oh my God, that never happens. Because basically I turned up, I got off the flight in LA. This is my first time there.
24. So
24, went straight to a gig because when you're a comic, you just want to do gigs everywhere. So I did a gig at a comic book store and there was a producer from The Tonight Show there.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because it was a cool club.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like, wow, look at all these cool indie, alternative comedians doing stuff. And he said, yeah, come to The Tonight Show. And I met Jay and I made Jay laugh. And he's like, okay, yeah, send some jokes in. And so I was just being...
Is that how he sounds? Kind of.
A little bit. He can sound like that. But he just, I guess, liked me. And I just kind of talked a bit of shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to write for you one day.
Yeah.
Like as a larrikin. I was just trying to be, a smart ass. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, okay. Fine, send some jokes in, and I got it. So it was insane that LA can be like that, where like America can be like that. American can be you turn up and the next minute you're at the Tonight Show, or the next minute you're on a billboard, or you're cast in a role or whatever. Like LA can be like that, America can be like that, but it also can be you turn up and someone mugs you, or
it's so like
you're in a drug dungeon. Like it's so chaotic and volatile in America that the best thing in the world can happen to you, and the worst thing in the world can happen to you.
That's just like
at any moment.
In a nutshell, like think about the discrepancy in wealth. It's like the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. Like there's just like no middle class. Like,
well, America's like that. America is like the only way to be happy is to have money. Where I feel like in Australia, like you can live a happy life if you're broke. Like you can still,
that's so true.
You can still live a good life,
and you can get free healthcare and stuff. Like you're not going to just like get cancer and then not be able to like do anything about it.
Totally. I had a friend in New York, and I hadn't heard from her for a while, and I'm just saying, hey, you okay? She's like, oh yeah, sorry, I got really sick and I had to pick up 2 extra jobs.
Oh my God.
I'm like, that's the opposite of what you're meant to do.
No, that's literally like an oxymoron or something.
Yeah, so it's like I'm sick, so I need 3 jobs to be able to pay for being sick.
Yeah.
And it's like everywhere else in the world, it's like I'm sick, I'm not doing any work until I recover. And then your, community's meant to support you and whatnot. So
how did you find that living there? Like all of the, I guess there's just, because as a kid, I used to idolize America. Like I really wanted to move
You've
there.
been there?
Yeah. I've been a few times, but like, it's fun when you go to LA and you like have, like I went at 21 and it was all right, but I went like last year and I have money now and I was like, this is awesome. And I knew people there, so I was like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's only good when you got cash.
No, literally. And like, because you have to get Ubers everywhere and everything's $1 million and whatever. But like, I think thinking about living in America, I'm like, ew. Like, I think for women right now, for like anyone who's a minority, it's just like totally grim. But like, did you find?
Well, I'm a straight white guy,
I was gonna say,
and I wasn't loving it all the time. You know what I mean? And I should be, Maddie.
Yeah,
I should be loving it all the time.
There.
Excuse me, it's my right and privilege as a straight white guy to have an awesome time all the time.
Yeah, stunning.
But I lived in LA on and off for 10 years. I lived in New York for a year, and I found like I did make more money.
Yeah.
Like I'd get a gig or a corporate gig or a writing gig for, like I wrote a TV commercial for Sofia Vergara.
Obsessed with her.
Like I got paid crazy cash to write that. Did
she look hot in real life? Did you get to see her?
I didn't get to meet her. I just wrote the ad. Yeah,
she's insanely hot.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I got the money, but I didn't get the glory of meeting her. But that money that I had, it disappeared so quickly. Like there's insurance and then fees and then everyone's trying to, and then like I bought a car, but then the car was a lemon and I had to get it fixed and because people lied to me. And so it's just
how
like.
How long were you there for?
On and off. I'd lived there maybe half a year for like 10 years. So it was in like so I don't know, 4 or 5 years all up.
Like back and forth for summer.
Yeah. Or touring. Oh, so I would come to Australia and tour January, February, March, April, and then head back to America.
Iconic.
And tour the rest of the year. And
you told me that you cancelled your honeymoon to perform on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, that happened. So
what was the conversation like with your wife?
So I'll give you the full story. Please. I was in America with my wife, who's from Kentucky.
Okay.
And we were going on a little trip to Washington, DC, and I did a gig there, and the booker for the Tonight Show saw that set, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go on the Tonight Show in the next 2 weeks?" And my visa had just lapsed because I was just on a holiday visa that time round.
Yeah, shit.
I used to be on a working visa.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, just let me get my visa together. It took 6 months to get the visa.
Classic.
So this was like post-COVID as well. And so I'm like, all right, I guess I got to just live my life until the visa comes in. It could have taken 5 months. It could have taken 8. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So we're in Greece on our honeymoon and we're in Santorini, got a week left. My wife just ate a tiramisu, so she wasn't sleeping. It was like 4 a.m.
I'm not tiramisu girlies. Does that happen?
What's that?
Like the caffeine. Like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So this is how she remembers it. She's like, I never get tiramisu because it keeps me up all night, but it's our honeymoon, so I treated myself.
Nice.
And she was like up till 3 a.m. or whatever. And at 4 a.m. I get an email. And I usually don't check my phone, but I just had a look and it was the Tonight Show saying, hey, are you in New York? Do you want to do the Tonight Show on Monday?
Holy shit.
And so I woke her up and she's like, what is going on? And I said, I know you've had tiramisu, but listen, if I say yes, we have to leave Greece like right now.
Like that, like in the
within
night?
4 hours.
Oh my god!
Because if I say yes, I'm available, and wait to hear back for the confirmation, it'd be too late for me to get there.
Yeah, because it's so
So
far
I
away.
need to say yes, I'm available, and
then
get on a
leave.
flight.
Was it that night?
It was the next day, basically. So it was a Sunday in Greece.
Yeah.
And the gig would have been like 2 or 3 p.m. on a Monday in New York. So she's like, let's do it. We got to do it.
Obsessed with her.
So we cancelled
she's a supportive
everything.
queen.
We had another week of like going around Greece. Within 4 hours, I'd booked us flights from like maxed out my credit card.
Yeah, fair enough.
From Greece, from Santorini to France to New York.
Did you get paid for the gig? Was it worth it?
Well, hold on.
Okay,
I'm on our way there.
Oh, no.
We land in New York. I get an email saying, don't worry, they've got a band instead.
I would kill myself.
So I landed in New York. Her parents flew in from Kentucky to New York to come see it.
No.
So we're all in New York on a Monday and we're just eating like sad, cheap burritos because that's all I could afford.
And her parents are on your honeymoon now.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're in stinky New York. What the fuck?
And I just kind of like ruined the honeymoon and we're just,
Cool. And you couldn't go back, like.
No.
Yeah.
Like as I said, I'd maxed out my credit card and it was silly. And a crazy amount of flying to go back for a few more days. Anyway. And then I get a call saying, hey, the Black Keys pulled out tomorrow. And are you still available? I'm like, yes, of course, I'm here.
Yeah.
And so I still wasn't officially booked because the lawyers at NBC had to go through my visa.
Yeah.
Because they had gotten in trouble for putting someone on a few years ago that didn't have the right visa. So it's like 10 p.m. at night. I'm going to comedy clubs around New York practicing my set, not knowing if I'm booked. And it wasn't until like 11 p.m. the booker calls me and goes, all right, you're booked.
So you did it?
I did it.
What the fuck?
So I didn't know until like less than 24 hours. So I've done Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
And now you're in Matt's World.
And now here I am.
What a trajectory.
Finally, I have climbed the mountain.
Honestly, this was your end goal all
This
along,
was
wasn't
my
it?
end game the whole time.
Oh, so
Jimmy's like, thanks for doing the show. I'm like, Jimmy, we know why I'm here.
It's a stepping stone.
I want Mads to see me.
Oh my God. And
so I got to do it. It was the best.
So how does it work? Because I actually have never watched a full episode of Jimmy Fallon, like just because I don't know where I would even watch that. But like, do you just do the set? Like, is it mid-show? Is it like for like the crowd?
The end.
Is it
I'm the last thing on the show.
And it's just fully broadcast to all of America?
Yes.
That's fucked.
And yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Was it a good set?
Yeah, because I'm kind of lucky. Like, this is a little, I don't know, industry insight. I don't know if you care about this, but
I'm obsessed with that.
Okay, so when you do stand up on a show, on a TV show, usually they mess with your set. They go, you can't say that, get rid of that, change that, move that round.
Because it's too controversial or not as funny?
To some degree, and also they have an idea of what they want their show to be. So they're like, we don't want, a bit to go on for too long. We want to be able to edit it if it's not working.
And they know their audience and what they're
they know their audience. They know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So they do sort of critique your set. And I nearly got on Colbert years and years ago when I was living in New York, but they just kept messing with my set and never approved it. So I'd say, here's my set. They go, the first joke won't work. And I'm like, it will work. I've been doing it in America. They're like, no, it won't work in America. I'm like, all right, fine. So I changed it and it was 6 months of changing it. And then the person I was dealing with, they moved on to another job. Yeah. And then that went flat. So I've had a situation where like they've just butchered the set so much.
What was the joke, by the way?
The original one? It was something about the Australian accent.
I mean, Americans love that. They love...
Yeah, back then, I think, even 8 years ago, this is pre-Bluey.
Oh, my... Oh.
Bluey has changed the game for Australians.
Really? Is Bluey big in America?
Huge.
It's big in the UK where I used to live.
Massive in America, but
really?
like American kids and TikTok, they all know our accent now.
Oh, my God, yeah, because Nori.
But think about like... TV shows that were popular in Australia, we didn't just sell them to America, they remade them. Kath and Kim was remade in America.
Like, that's
it makes
a crime.
No sense.
That's jail time.
Yeah, that's we should go to the International Criminal Court.
Literally.
And say, do you know that America, look, I know the bombing is bad, but but they remade Kath and
Yeah,
Kim.
disgusting. Like, you are out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, with Fallon, because it was so last minute, they didn't change my set at all.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so I knew my set back to front.
Yeah, good.
Because I think what can happen is if they work with you, they're like, change this, change that. You forget it. You're actually just trying to remember all the changes.
And you do like that like mnemonic thing. Like, I know when I'm trying to remember something, I'm like, I have to do the routine because it brings on the next
muscle
memory.
Yeah, it's muscle memory. Yeah,
That's
totally.
Yeah.
And I've done that set like hundreds of times.
I would accidentally say the wrong thing.
I think I actually did do one thing because I was going to in America they call it avocado toast, and here we say smashed avocado. And I kept saying to myself, don't say smashed avocado, they won't know what it is. But you watch the set and I accidentally say it once. So it's like it doesn't matter really in context. But so that was also a lucky thing. I got to do the exact set I wanted. So that was a blessing. Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah.
I want to talk a bit more about just some unhinged stuff. First, I want to know your funniest, most unhinged date story of all time. Did you date much in LA?
Yeah, dating in LA sucks.
Why? Tell me
Because it's
everything.
all about like status and where you are in the industry.
Okay.
So if like their first sort of questions are like, so what are you working on? Who do you work with?
Oh, yuck.
Have
It's
you
like a
done
job
this?
interview.
Yeah, kind of.
Ew.
So I didn't like that. That's what that felt like. And my worst date story was went to the movies and eating popcorn with this woman, and I'm just trying to remember. This was date one. Yeah. So we'd met out through some friends and I was like, oh my God, this is great. Because to meet through friends
It's like a normal
Yeah, it
thing.
actually feels like, oh great, we're in the same circles. This is actually like a really nice. And so I was like, man, this date has to go well.
Yeah.
And she suggested a movie. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
During the film, I'm eating popcorn and I snapped my tooth on some popcorn.
Bullshit. It fell in.
It just broke off. So this is a fake tooth.
Oh.
This front one.
Like in half.
In half.
That's fucked up.
And I thought it was really funny. I'm like, oh my God, I broke a tooth. And she didn't think it was funny.
I would panic. I would probably because it happened to me at Yum Cha the other day, but just the corner, and they filed it down.
Right.
But like I freaked out because you have nice teeth. I have nice teeth too. I'm like this. I was like 4 years of braces. I'm like, if anything happens to them, I freak out.
Yeah, guard them with your life.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. But I just thought it was funny it was happening on a date. I'm like,
it is.
Oh, gee, this is the worst thing that could happen on a date.
That's comedy.
And she's like, okay, well, maybe we should, wrap it up. I'm like, oh no. Like,
I mean, it's
but that's a good test though, because if she had the sense of humor, but that was like I'm walking around like a Collingwood supporter with a no tooth. Yeah,
literally. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that might give me the ick as well because you'd look so goofy, and I'd be like, oh,
it did look really bad,
fucking stupid. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. I would like to know about the time that you thought you got someone pregnant.
Yeah, so this was crazy. This was. I was seeing someone for a while and maybe about 6-8 months. And then I decided, all right, I'm going to move to New York. I want to do comedy. And she was cool about it. She was like, yeah, just so you know, I'm seeing other people too. So I didn't expect this to, have to be a long-term thing. And so we were like super chill about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm moving to New York. I'm going to live there now. And so we had like goodbye sex.
Yeah, as you do.
And that was like, all right, well, this was great. It was like a perfect, like very mature way to end like it had been a great kind of fling. And maybe 4 weeks into moving into America, I get a message saying, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm pregnant.
Oh God.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll come back. Whoa, okay, well, what do you want to do? She goes, I should also let you know that it may be you or maybe another guy.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, so do I come back? What are you going to do? I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Holy shit.
And then we just had to wait. I came back and then I went back to New York and I came back but I basically, she didn't know.
So then can you find out while she's pregnant or do you have to wait till the baby's born?
This is a whole thing. So the medical side, I became obsessed with the medical side of things. So you can do like a blood test from or actually you can get amniotic fluid, but that's a needle.
I've heard that there's more risks of
there's
like
a risk
of
miscarriage. Small, but so it's like why do it?
Just wait, yeah.
There is another way where you take a blood sample from the mother and then they try to find some of the DNA of the baby in the blood.
How did they invent science? Because that's crazy.
It's crazy. So then that though isn't legally binding. So
right, because it could be wrong.
It could be wrong. It may be just that courts are like, no, we don't trust that technology yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to really do it is wait till the baby's born and take her. So I was a mess.
How many months until the baby was born when you found out?
Well, it was like a month in when I found out.
Oh my God, so it was like literally 8 months later.
8 months, yeah.
Fucking hell. I thought she would have told you.
I was speaking to her every day. And what happened is I started to, imagine being a dad.
Literally, and you create this imagined future that you're like,
exactly.
This is what my life's going to be like.
And so when it wasn't me, I felt like I was grieving because I had this idea of becoming a dad. Like I was so... like just overwhelmed with the idea of being a dad and this is amazing, and then speaking to her and getting close to her because the other guy...
You would have fallen in like more in love with it, or like,
Yeah, well, the other guy told her to, that it couldn't have been him. And
what, really?
Yeah, he's like,
so she kind of wanted it to be you then?
Yeah. So that was intense. The worst bit because he was like, nah, it's not me. Fuck off.
Denial.
Yeah, but also was just like such an asshole to her. So of course she wanted to be with me because I was like, whatever you need.
Oh my God.
Whatever you need. If it's me, I'm there. And then when it wasn't me, it was like, it was, it was.
Oh my God. I guess it's like when you have a breakup with someone and it's like, that you grieve for the future you thought you would have with them. Like you imagine like, in 5 years we'll do this, or like in 6 months we're going to this gig, or like all this, like all those things that you thought
going to
about.
Family gatherings and all this sort of stuff. So that was
true.
brutal, and that changed the way I dated after that. I didn't have flings and stuff like that. I was just like, I'm looking for a family.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was a game changer.
Because you knew that, like how it felt to feel like you were going to be a father.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is such a crazy... What was it like? Like, how did she tell you? Did she ring you? Were you together? Like
Facebook message.
Fuck off. Really?
Yeah.
She was just like, soz.
Yeah.
What? Did you keep speaking after?
No, so hold on. Wait. How did I find out it wasn't me?
Yeah.
Oh, I got the test. I got the test results back.
Oh, so they sent it to you.
Yeah. I got a letter. But she told me that she was pregnant via Facebook message.
Iconic.
And the joke I had on stage was... She sent me a message on Facebook saying, hey, I just want to let you know I'm pregnant. And I just thought, wow, how do I unfriend someone on Facebook? But that's not my, that's not my style. That was just the funniest thing to say.
Yeah.
But no, I went and got the test. I got the swab.
Oh my God.
And I got the letter.
Did you meet the baby?
No.
That would have been worse.
That would have been
far worse.
Yeah. That would have been a bad idea, I think.
Wanted to be the dad after that.
Yeah.
Like you probably just would have done
but
it.
also her family there and meeting her family and her and also the emotional roller coaster of it all. Like by the end of it, like there was such strain between me and her.
Yeah. Do you don't speak to her now?
No. Whoa. No. I think, well,
What does that speak about?
It's because it was kind of like, well, I should be out of the picture. Yeah. So that the other dad, so the actual dad, not the other dad, the actual dad,
the real dad,
should be able to create a connection with her. I think if I were the father of a child, and there was some other dude floating around, just going, but I like the mother and I want to be. It's like, but it's not your kid, homie.
This feels like a TV show. Like can't be real.
Well, isn't Bump kind of like that?
I haven't actually watched it, but I do know that it's meant to be really good.
Yeah. So I wrote a book called One Night Stand about it, and it's
iconic. You've done so many things.
I've done a lot. I've had a lot of time on my hands.
With you. Well done.
But I was just trying to show like the male perspective of like there were two potential dads. One of them was like, don't want anything to do with it. The other one was like, no, I'm in.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to show that. I don't know if I nailed it in the book. I think if I were to make it a TV show or something, I'd have to but I do want the male perspective because I think when pregnancy happens, like everyone's primary goal is the health and well-being of the mother, which is absolutely,
as it should be.
As it should be.
Yeah.
98% of your attention should be on the mother.
Yeah.
But at least give 2% to the dad. Like, and what about you? You doing okay?
Yeah, and also it is
just a little bit.
It's interesting to hear that perspective as well.
Yeah.
It's like, like...
I don't think it should be zero attention to the dad. That's
100%.
all. Yeah.
I mean, it's like their whole life's going to change and stuff too. And I guess like after all of that happened and it changed the way that you started dating, did that change the way that you looked at masculinity as well and like thought about masculinity, and how's that changed across your life?
Oh, man.
Big question.
Big question. Masculinity is a big one because I have a lot of feelings about it. But I think there's something to be said about being available for others and using whatever, advantages you have being a guy to serve others. So like if you're stronger than, the average person because you're a big man, then all right, well, you got to help people move their house more. And like if you're, making more money because you don't have to take time off for maternity leave, then you're that player in the team. So I feel like it's recognizing the advantages you have and offering them to other people.
That's so good.
Because there seems to be this idea in the manosphere is like, I have advantages, so I'm better. And it's like, no, you have advantages, so you have the responsibility to assist other people.
Oh my God, yeah. I've been talking about this so much with people lately, like how community is dying and like, people speaking to each other. Because my friend who's a psychotherapist in London was saying that it's so sad because most, like 80% of people who use ChatGPT have used it for therapy.
Yeah.
And like one of the biggest healers for mental illness and like, even just alleviating like stress and anxiety and stuff is talking to other people. And like, and it's like now it's like how Netflix's biggest competitor is sleep. ChatGPT's biggest competitor is your friends and family, which is so fucking grim. Because like Netflix is so big that it's not even trying to compete against other services. It's competing against itself and your sleep time, Yeah. But then if ChatGPT, like if robots are competing for our like our relationships and like our time talking to other human beings, like that is fucking grim. It's like the sense of community is gone. I
think that with my son, right?
Yeah.
So when I was young and I'd ask my dad a question, like, why is the sky blue? Or any of those things that kids ask, we would talk about it.
Yeah.
And even if we don't have the perfect answer or my dad didn't know the exact thing or he was wrong or whatever, we're talking. We're actually communicating and building wow, maybe it's because of this and the atmosphere but there's that. Yeah. But now I was thinking like I can just hit a button in my car going, hey, Siri, Alexa, whatever, why is the sky blue? And then my son will get the answer from the internet.
But you don't get to do that exploration and like use your critical thinking and
exactly.
It is mental.
It is this temptation of like, well, I've got the Library of Alexandria on my phone. Yeah. So just, go straight to that as opposed to like, well, why do you think or what could it be? And so, I think relationships are going to suffer from, just perfect knowledge.
Yeah. And also, there is that, but then I saw this video this morning that was calling AI a self-licking lollipop because it's just a regurgitation of our history and there's nothing new being added in.
Yeah, totally.
So it's
it's going to eat itself at some point because all the articles that it draws from eventually will be written by AI. Yeah. And so then it's going to be AI using AI to learn about AI, and it's like, well, it can't work like that. We still actually need like, you need some investigative journalst on the streets asking people actual questions and looking at something, not just going, hey, what happened there, chat? And
half the time it's I mean, I know it's wrong now and everyone's like, in 10 years you won't be able to tell and stuff. I'm like, but if you can't tell what's real on the internet, why would I go on there? Like I could,
I'm getting over it.
It's literally, I'm just scrolling through and I see a dog that like plays the xylophone and then just like flies into the wall and I'm like, okay,
why am I here?
And I'm like, or something that looks really real and you look in the comments like this is AI. I'm like, so in the future, why will anyone do anything if you can just pretend? Like I could say I met Obama and have a photo that is identical to what it would actually look like.
What was the point of me doing Jimmy Fallon if I could fake it?
That's what I mean. And it's just like anyone can do anything. So it kind of...
But it's going to go back to trusted sources.
Yeah.
So like
that's so true. Like heritage media and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with that idea.
Because, you know, in the past, like, you know, The Age or the Herald Sun or whatever it was that you watched, they had standards and responsibilities.
100%.
And some they shirk, whatever. But or the ABC. If it's on the ABC, I know they were rigorous. And they're not perfect, but they're attempting to be.
Same as the BBC.
But if you just look at something on ChatGPT, it's like, where are your actual sources?
Yeah, sometimes you'll ask it stuff and I'm like, what is your source of this? And then it just goes, I can't give you the actual source because, and it just makes it up. I'm like,
yeah, they hallucinate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked.
So yeah, I think we're going to go back to like, I'm only watching like this streamer because this streamer says we do not use AI imaging.
Yeah, okay.
Or we may use AI for editing to speed up the editing process, but we're not using it to generate images. And I'll be like, great, I'll go with that. Yeah. Like, that's fine. But like even a YouTube search now, you search something up like, for my son, he wanted to know how a caterpillar became a butterfly. So I looked it up. Aww. But there's like 1,000 like just absolute brain rot AI generated things. I'm like, none of this is helpful. Yeah. I'm sifting through just trying to find a time lapse video. And so if a service says, hey, we only do real stuff, I'll subscribe to that service and the rest of the internet's just wasteland.
Yeah, it's so true. And like, I think if it's going back to trusted sources, I wonder, because I read this thing, I think it was on Vice or something this morning, about the younger generation returning to offline. Yeah. So like people like trying to buy old iPods and stuff so they don't have to use their phone and stuff. And I'm like...
Yeah, you own the media. It can't be changed.
Oh my God, I had this chat with someone the other week. Like the subscription model, like takeover is a fucking scam.
Everything is subscription.
Everything is a scam. And it's like, oh, I just have to pay $1,000 a month for all the shit that I have to use for work or for like my life, like every month. Like what?
Yes.
No, like that's crazy.
And then try to unsubscribe from them and it's like, oh my God, a maze to get out of it. Yeah, they've made it so they think they're like keeping money in, but I think they're just like being greedy in the short term and not actually creating like a good product for people to buy. But you don't own the thing. That's the same with editing programs and like a streaming service or whatever. Yeah. Like you're like, oh, I love this show. It's my favorite show. It's when I'm feeling sad, I always watch this movie. Yeah. And then you get on the streaming service, like it's not here anymore. And you're like, well, where is it? Oh, it's on this other one. Well, I'm not subscribed to that one.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy how we used to like own music. Like I like that records and stuff are coming back. Like I think that's like quite nice. But it is just, it's mental how there's...
I'll buy music now. So like King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard went off Spotify.
Love them.
And
they went off Spotify?
Yeah, they're like, we're pulling out.
God, I saw them
so
live
I just buy their stuff on Bandcamp and I've got this app that where you upload your, it's a little more annoying. Who cares though? Like it takes me 5 minutes just to go, all right, I'll open it in this app. But I have their music now and I know that much more of my dollar went towards them.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I know about this from being a stand-up. Like when you go see a comedian, how much do you think of the ticket price goes to the actual comedian?
I mean, I would...
Like a $30 ticket, how much?
I mean, I know just because I've worked in production and stuff, but you would hope like at least $20.
Like $8 sometimes.
Crazy.
It's insane.
It's mental. And it's like there's just so many little, they just siphon off the money in like all
and it just becomes a system of like, that's just how we do it. You're like, yeah, but why? Well, that's what everyone else is doing. Yes, but why?
Yeah, like it's just, and they're like, that's what people
and we want 10% of your merch. Why?
Like you didn't do anything to get that.
Exactly. Like I understand it if you're supplying someone to sell the merch. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
But if it's just me behind the counter. And so like, it's just what happens is people just go, this is just the way we operate and money is coming in for them. So they're like, we're not changing anything. And so it cycles though. Like I'm starting to like do venues that are like, no, you have the venue for free. We just take the money off the bar. And that's great. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. Because
as it should be.
I'm not, becoming a millionaire from this one gig.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm making enough to just keep doing this.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, and I guess like one good thing about the internet then is like making people empowered to sell their own merch and do their own stuff. But even then, you still have to pay for the platform to do that, or like subscribe to Shopify to do that stuff.
Yeah, but
you know,
Shopify. Look,
Shopify is a bit gross.
I would love a sponsorship from them one day, so I got to be careful.
Love you,
but you know, we love you guys.
Love you guys so much.
But I try to do this with drop shipping, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you go through this? I don't know if the listeners give a shit about this.
I mean, yeah.
But what I thought, right? You thought the internet would have all these really clean solutions like, hey guys, I designed this t-shirt, Mad's World, whatever. It's online and they just buy it and it's printed and it goes straight to them and the money comes to you. That's not how it works. So you need Shopify and then you need the drop shipper and then you need to front the money first so to the drop shipper.
It's mental.
So then they get the money and it's like they do that to protect themselves. So the dream of the internet where everything is just like, oh, it's so accessible and anyone can do it. No, these companies
have money.
These companies find a system that benefits them and screws the artist.
Classic.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing, isn't it? Like there was this meme the other day. It was like, I want AI to do the boring job so I can create art. I don't need AI to create my art.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want you to do the banking and the boring and do all that stuff I hate doing, my jobs.
Yeah.
And then I get to go and have fun and make the art I want to make. Like, don't be making fucking videos of the Queen, you know, doing a backflip. I don't need that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no.
My day is like, I wish I could just get through this laundry so I can go write my
It's like,
stuff.
Get AI to do the bad stuff.
Do that stuff. I don't want to have to go, hey, AI, can you give me some prompts to...
Disgusting.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And it's... And also, it makes everyone's art the same because they're all getting the same sort of prompts and the same sort of stuff. So the whole point of art is taking one thing and another thing and finding where they sort of like meet as a new idea.
Like a juxtaposition.
Yeah, or even like a crossover where it's like I've take this ingredient and this ingredient that's never happened before.
Yeah.
And AI doesn't do that. They
just gets regurgitated.
It just regurgitates shit.
Self-licking lollipop.
So I like whatever, it'll have a place in that it'll be a tool that some people use to edit quickly or to go to research quicker. Like it can be all right if you like. What I used to do if I was writing and I needed like, I don't know, like a list of cool shoe brands. Like you'd have to hope someone made a website saying, you know, top 10 cool shoe brands. But ChatGPT can go, all right, here are all the things.
It's good for using it when you're like using it to research something original.
Slightly faster research.
Yeah, it's like a better Google.
That's about what I get out of it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, you know, I actually want to know what that person thinks. My wife's a painter. Like, I want to know when she paints something. And when you go to art galleries, half of it is looking at a painting and going, what was the context of that? What were they going through? Like Van Gogh probably wouldn't be as popular if we didn't know how much he suffered. He cut his ears.
He wasn't even popular in his lifetime.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he was popular after.
It's not just the painting. It's just like, well, what does this mean? You got Basquiat up there. Like he was a dude who was like,
he was cool as fuck.
Yeah, he was. But he was a presence, and he had a you know he had this. This dream and this vision, and so when I look at that, I'm like, oh man, I think of him. But ultimately, it's like AI could remix some version of that, but it doesn't mean the same thing.
Yeah, because it's like the framework you look at it in.
Yeah,
like
so the meaning is what I'm in it for because otherwise
I mean, that's
it's
just being
random.
Human as well, and like if we're just relying on this big fucking robot to tell us what to do, like that's kind of what animals are doing, but it's just Mother Nature dictating everything they do. You know, it's like we don't. That's why we're humans. That's why we're different. So
it'll have a place, but I don't think it's. I know I want to go see a comedian who thought of their own ideas. I want to go. I want to go to an art gallery where someone created their own thing. And,
stunning.
And go, why? What are they doing that? What are they saying? What does this mean? Because we're filtering the world through, like we're in a body, we have emotions, we're not just like an information processing thing. Yeah. Like that was something that like I studied psych for a little while before I got Jay Leno.
Stunning.
I would have been been a psychologist if I didn't get Leno.
I mean, would you have made more money? Probably. Would you have had as much fun? Probably not.
No, I don't even know if I would have made more money. Like,
Psychologists make a lot of money. Like,
do they?
Oh shit! If you have your own practice,
What do they make a year?
probably like 500 grand.
No, psychiatrists might. I don't know if a psychologist would.
Well, mine charges $250 an hour.
Yeah.
So if
Okay.
she has clients all day, every day, she's making.
Well, maybe
a
she
lot.
doesn't though. She probably needs some, like, if
Something
she's a
for
good
herself.
psychologist, she knows the work-life balance.
Should we ask ChatGPT right now? Let's see.
All right.
How much does a psychologist make
In Australia.
Australia per year? All right, here we go.
I reckon 150K.
All right, I've said 500K, so I've got to stand by that. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, they're so poor.
What is it?
They're literally, it says according to job listings on Seek, average salary for a psychologist is around 95K.
Oh, there you go. Even I was inflating it.
Okay, poor people. What the fuck? Me on Hinge, like psychologist. Okay, rich
Yeah,
guy.
exactly. Get rid of that.
What the fuck?
Psychiatrists would have more money for sure.
Yeah, because they're like super.
They're doctors as well.
Yeah.
But they'd be in more.
And also
student
my
debt.
ADHD appointment was $1,000 and it was in 1 hour. So like she's making bank.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
for
would have
her.
had to have done medicine as well. as
Stunning.
psych.
I have another question I want to ask you.
Yes.
And it is, have you ever received a really weird DM from...
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me right now.
Heaps.
Oh my God, tell me them all.
The weirdest one
Mm-hmm.
was, I want to lick butter off your feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Normal.
Super chill. But
chill,
also
super
just,
hot.
isn't it interesting that it was so specific?
Yeah,
It's just
people's
like,
kinks
look,
are though. Specificness is the whole point, kind of.
well, I just, I had to laugh because I was like, man, that's like, I just want you to know this is what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Like, that's so much nicer than like, hey,
Yeah.
why don't you?
And
But
then leading you down the garden
Look, it was a
path
guy and
and-
I'm not into guys and I'm not into feet stuff. But
Fair.
yeah, but I think that is a good point about kinks of like, you know, surprising someone with your kink, I think is a no. I think is a no.
Yeah, I think you kinda need to-
talk about it.
Yeah,
beforehand.
especially if and like not that any kink, we're not kink shaming here, but like not that any kink's weird, but like some of them are more unusual and more like left field. So it's like about like the ease into that, you know?
I think so. Well, I've been like surprised with
Yeah.
someone's kink. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah,
do
same.
this. And I went along with it because we were already in
the
the
motion.
moment.
Yeah.
And then later I'm like, wait, I did that. Hold on.
That's
if you
weird.
had asked me beforehand,
Yeah.
I would have said no.
Yeah.
But because, you know, I felt like sort of, you know, coaxed into it.
And this is like for women as well. It's so much more intimidating because like
Yeah.
I've sometimes like I'll be like I was dating this guy for a while and I was just looking at him one time and I was like, whoa, you could kill me. Like
Yeah.
he does like CrossFit. He was huge, and I was like, you actually could. And like the fact I never thought that about him before, I was like, that's probably like a good thing. But I just like it just occurred to me. I was like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
crazy. And like sometimes you'll sleep with a guy for the first time, and like there's been no discussion about anything, and then he'll just start choking the life out of you, and you're like,
That's a trend, right? That
It's
was
fucking
like,
crazy.
I
I'm like,
was,
oh, I can't breathe. I'm gonna die. Like,
yeah,
what?
I don't know, that maybe there's like, that goes through cycles and trends of things like that. Isn't eating ass like a popular thing now?
Yeah, 'cause
When I was dating, it was never even discussed.
Yeah, I don't
but
know
now
where
it's
it's
like
come out of. Like
is it like, does porn create like
maybe
trends?
porn or probably like I reckon like rap and stuff as well.
Oh,
like,
really?
Well, Nicki Minaj had that song Truffle Butter.
Oh, right.
Which I'm like maybe
Isn't it funny that like
Yeah.
sex acts are trending? Like, what's trending right now?
The bush is coming back.
the bush is
I've heard the bush is back.
Bush is back, baby.
Literally, that's what.
Well, you know what else is going to be back?
What?
Lice.
Oh my God, yeah.
Crabs and stuff like that.
Maybe crabs went extinct in the last 20 years because everyone got laser.
Absolutely, that's what happened.
Oh my God,
That's
I've
absolutely
actually
true.
never encountered crab. Like, thank God.
Yeah.
But not even any of my friends. Like, I've never met
Our
anyone who's
generation
had
never had
crabs.
them, but that
Like,
was
do you
a
know
whole
anyone
thing.
that's ever had it?
No.
I literally don't know a single person. But then I feel like in school, like, because also I'm a Cancer, like the star sign. And so, like, cancer is obviously a disease. Crabs is also bad. And then it's on the side, its symbol is 69 sideways. So I'm like, I can't get any
Very sexual star
I
sign.
can't get any necklace with my star sign related shit on it because I'm like, this is all terrible.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like growing up, maybe I was just oversensitive to like the crab.
That's
you know?
sort of, yeah, exactly. But yeah, that is interesting that there's trends and like, you're like, oh yeah, wow, I'm glad I missed that one. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think like, because I hear comics at gigs, of all generations talk about whatever, and everyone under, I don't know, 25, they all have like eating ass jokes, and I'm like, oh, is that what you guys are about?
Funny, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like they're not actually doing it, or maybe they are.
Maybe
doing
they're not. Maybe it's just a trend.
It's just a trend in comedy, maybe. But I don't know. If you love eating ass, message me after this. I want to read you a message that I got yesterday.
Yeah.
This was about the bush being back. This guy I'm chatting to goes, I reckon bring it back. I said, the bush? He goes, I reckon it's about time it comes back. Free the weeds. And I said, free the weeds? He was like, Lacey jail, lock me up and throw away the key, baby. I was like, I'm obsessed with you. But I just feel like the bush for me, I don't know. The pubic lice things really put me off there. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But is it like completely free range, or are you grooming? Because like Manscaped is like a big company, right?
Yeah.
And so
especially in the gay community, yeah.
So like you're tidying up a little bit.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can also wax shapes into them. Like some people get a lightning bolt or a love heart. Like you can wax crazy shapes into them.
You can have a lightning bolt above your wizard wand.
Literally. Yeah. I don't even think I could grow a bush. Mine is like Homer Simpson's head down there.
That's funny.
Like literally like
two straight, the comb over.
Yeah, no, for real. I'm like, me talking about the bush, I'm like, as if I could fucking grow one. Must be like trying to grow a beard. Your beard's pretty like solid.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I just feel it's self-grooming and things like that. But then again, like, I don't know, things change because, like, do you think armpit hair for girls is that as...
I think it's in...
Has that changed?
In certain communities it's in. Like, I think in, like, the non-binary community and, like, the feminist community. Like, my friend Sarah, like, dyes hers pink sometimes and it's just, like, kind of, like, awesome. Yeah. But I think for me, like, I don't know, I think... I read this book about it once and basically it was like you can still be a feminist and do things to help you move safely and feel free in the world that we live in.
Right.
So like if I was to have armpit hair and that made me feel like I couldn't exist in the society that I wanted to be part of, or like, you know, like you don't have to rebel in against every single part of masculinity or like, it
also takes energy sometimes to rebel with battles that aren't that important to you.
Yeah.
And you just go, you know what? It's one less thing that I have to, put up with in my day. And
I've been conditioned as part of this society too. Like, I don't think armpit hair looks great on me, but like, I'm also a product of the society I live in. You know, like I've been influenced by that. And like, I guess unpicking that and unlearning that is important, but that doesn't mean that you have to like go.
I feel weird about wearing loose fitting jeans.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Why?
So
I'm obsessed with them because skinny jeans, like I've got like
they hold my knees together. Skinny jeans
or in the hood, like hold your knees together.
Yeah.
As I mean, this one's looking a bit like he's got a hole.
Yeah, I know
because
I don't like buying new clothes. It's just like
obsessed
such a because I was listening. I heard, what was it? It was a discussion on radio. They're going, could you survive a year without buying 4 pieces of clothing?
My
or whatever?
guest today's guest is doing this,
and every like woman who called in was like, no, I couldn't survive without buying like 4 new pieces every couple of months or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's because like the fashion industry is just like, you need this, you need this, you need it. Like they're so targeted. And it's also like geared towards women as a hobby as well. Like my wife loves Facebook
and like a social thing, like going and seeing the girls and like going
something new. And my wife loves Facebook Marketplace and she's just like churning through.
It is good
something.
on there.
It's just something she bought, but that's like a pretty sustainable way to do it.
Yeah, totally.
But like going to H&M every few months to buy new things.
Honestly.
I've had these jeans for years and years, and so I'm reluctant. I'm like, they still work.
They're fine. There's also something cool about having had something for so long, and it's like your
I like that. Yeah. Know? So if I can avoid buying new clothes for 2-3 years, like I'm totally into. I probably should buy more stuff just for like, my socials.
See, this is my problem with t-shirts because like I have a lot of t-shirts because I go to a lot of gigs. I like a lot of bands. I also I just have a lot of like I've been to a lot of places. I'm always like a big t-shirt girly. So I'm like, cool, today is my top that I bought in LA when I was on shrooms, and I thought,
you can't post that every week.
That's what I'm talking
So
about.
our jobs are a little bit like, you
Yeah.
need to change things up.
And I had a cool message today from this t-shirt company that I will now be wearing loads of their t-shirts because they make the funnest t-shirts ever. She was like, can I just send you all of my seconds? And I was like,
Right.
hell yeah, girl.
Yeah,
like,
awesome.
Hell yeah. Like, if they're not getting sold, sustainable queens.
Yeah, perfect.
I know. Okay, I want to ask you, what is the most straight white guy thing that you do?
A rap in the car.
Oh God. Wait. Wait, really? To what?
Yeah, sometimes
is it
I
Drake?
put... No. I'll put like an instrumental on and I freestyle rap as I'm driving.
Wait, can we do it right now?
Nope.
What if I just put
I will,
on like
okay,
a beat?
all right,
Wait,
I'll
let
do
me
it.
put on a beat though. Do I
right.
just YouTube rap beat?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Cool.
Cool
just-
rap beat.
Freestyle rap beat?
Funky rap beat.
Hard boom boom bap?
How am I going to do this?
Freestyle type beat with flow?
Okay.
Flow? Okay,
Sure.
we like flow?
I don't know what that means. Oh, that's like... It's like... I
We
want
like
like...
it or we don't?
No, I want like upbeat.
Okay.
Because that's like...
That's a bit spooky.
Sinister.
That's spooky ooky.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Too spooky?
It is again.
All right. Too spooky?
Upbeat.
Okay, here we go. Freestyle beat. This is...
Yeah, this is better.
All right.
Oh, no, that's still... Anyway.
Still
No, it's
spooky?
fine. It's fine. It's
All
fine.
right.
Leave it.
I'm scared.
All right. What am I freestyling about? You got to give me a topic.
Pregnancy and finding out that your girl, you're not her baby daddy.
Oh, my God. Okay. How are we going to do this? All right.
This is so hard.
Up the duff. Oh, man. I don't wear condoms enough. Got a Facebook message from a chickie I was seeing. Now I'm overseas and I really feel like I need to be agreeing with...
You do this in your car alone?
Yep, I do that. This is my straight white guy thing.
That's
So
crazy.
I'm terrible at it, but it's fun.
That's so crazy. I knew a guy who would just put on Drake when we were in the car and like,
Rap along to Drake.
but like screaming it, doing things like going around, and I was like, please just turn it down a little bit. But like going full ape shit. I'm like, you're trying to drive. You're going to crash. Like, you're too excited.
Yeah, but I will like try look for things to inspire me as I'm driving. So I'm like, stop sign. Yeah, there's a cop rhyme. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at stuff. So it's actually really distracting. I shouldn't do it that much.
I feel like I need to do this. Do you know what though? It's distracting, but my dad, who's a paramedic, did this like paramedic driving course because you have to like drive, you know, like through traffic and all kinds of
awesome.
shit. And they do this thing, and it's like he would like non-stop this training thing. You just have to go like point things out and say how it could be a hazard just constantly. So he'd be like, cow over there could walk on the road. There's a school there. It means a kid could run on the road or a ball could go in the road. There's a helicopter there. It could crash and go in the road. And it's just like, but for like...
What are the odds of that one? Come on.
Because it's just a constant stream of like trying to...
There's an asteroid heading towards Earth.
Yeah,
that could really mess up this intersection.
I was just trying to think of random things that I would see. Like, I'm like, that, it would be so stressful. But now I'm kind of like, I think because I have ADHD as well, like, I'm like, oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, look at that. Like, before we were talking, I was like, oh my God, wait, look at my earring. And like, I think we were like mid-conversation, and then I was like, shut up, Mads.
So what's like the diagnosis for ADHD? Is it like...
There's two types.
Okay.
So this is also not me diagnosing anyone watching, but I hate talking about it because everyone just says they have it. But it's like there's hyperactivity.
Yes.
And then there's, oh God, what is it?
One.
Hyperactivity, and the other one is
Attention
like
deficit?
inattentiveness. So
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure, if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But yeah, basically you can have one or both, and I have both. And they do the diagnostic test based on how you were in school and as a child, because that's when it's most prevalent.
Right.
And then once you like become an adult and you're like in society, like, and this happens to women a lot, you're more good at like masking it or figuring out how to exist in
Ways
society.
around it, yeah.
Yeah, without like, you know, disturbing people and stuff. But then it manifests in women, especially in things like anxiety and depression, which I have had for years and years and years. So like it will come out because, you know, it's usually fine for boys to be like boisterous and outgoing and loud, but then like girls, they're just like, no, that's like not what girls do.
Well, you're spending a lot of energy like adjusting yourself.
I mean, I feel like I was really bad at doing that, but I just was lucky that I am like, you know, able-bodied white girl, like funny, like, you know, conventionally normal looking, like all those things. So it's like, for me, it was probably easier to move through the world, like, because of all those privileges. But then, like, I would experience things like alcoholism and drug addiction and stuff was like massive for me. And like, yeah, it was just because like those things, like, you need like instant gratification and like the chasing the dopamine and like, you know, sleeping around or like always like needing attention from people or like distracting other people, like at work or at school, like things like that. But it didn't bother me until I got to the point where I was like overdoing drugs and alcohol and like it was impacting my job and my career and like things like, and then I was super depressed and super anxious and really OCD, like overthinking stuff and ruminating on things and rituals, all that shit. And then I listened to this podcast about how ADHD manifests differently in women, and I didn't know anything about it at the time. And then it was saying like, oh, when women are depressed and anxious, like often it's great to speak to a psychiatrist because then they can tell you like why, you know, these might be like either comorbidities with ADHD or ADHD might be causing that and it's untreated. So
$1,000.
$1,000 well spent. Woohoo! And now I'm like, just have this podcast and just living my best life. So
it's good that you can find your way in the world because like society is like structured in a certain way now that's only really existed for, you know, maybe a couple of decades or even like a couple of 100 years that we've kind of been this way. But yeah, there's this idea that like your type of brain is only a, you know, disorder because of the way society is shaped
and how we it's like that thing.
But were you just like a hunter-gatherer back in the day? Like that type of brain is just about. Like there's a bird there's something here, there's like your dad basically.
Literally. And it's paramedics. It's like how you were saying that, you know, I've lost this happens with my ADHD brain as well. But it's like you were saying that, oh, why do we do things in this way? And then, you know, they're like, oh, because that's how everyone else does it. Yes. And there's no actual rhyme or reason to it. Like when we're talking about like why are tickets done in that way and whatever. Yeah, it's like...
Or why a school, school curriculum done in that way? Yeah. Why are we sitting down at desks looking like, well, that's just the way we do it.
And it's like, we've done it like that for hundreds of years.
Is
like,
it the best way to do it?
Is that good? Like, people 100 years ago didn't fucking know anything and they all died. Like, they literally were so stupid and ugly.
Yeah, they're all dead.
No, they're all dumb and dead. But like their life expectancy was like 30 or something. And I'm like, so should we really be like basing things off like what they did? Or like should we just like, what if we overhauled everything? And then it's like, and this is like my friend, she's so fucking smart. She's doing her thesis all about like how like all mental health things are just labels and made up. And like basically I'm like, that's so fucking
the diagnostic manual, like why did they have, so for like autism spectrum disorder and a lot of things, they have like 5 symptoms and it's like, why 5? Because 3 doesn't seem like enough. 8 seems like too many. So it is an arbitrary number, but like at least when because I worked with kids with autism for back when I was studying psychology, I was like a junior therapist and that's where I was going to go.
That's cool.
And what we were hoping for was something called biomarkers, where you could do like a blood test or a brain scan and diagnose someone based on that, rather than just someone getting you to self-report. Because that's the thing, is like when people self-report, they can either exaggerate or they can underplay things and go, subjective. No, it's fine. I don't get that anxious. And it's like, but you saying I don't get that anxious means you've just gotten used to a high level of anxiety.
And it's like, who's asking you these questions? Like, is it a man? Is this woman kind of standoffish? Is she feel like she's judging you? Are you going to change your answers? It's all so subjective and environmental.
So it would be great to get to a point where like, I think you can do it with epilepsy, where you can actually scan the brain and the connectivity of the brain. You go, yes, you were diagnosed with epilepsy, not here's a self-survey, do you have it?
Literally. And like I got diagnosed with severe depression, which like I did have because like suicidal thoughts and stuff, but then like, and I was like filling out the survey, I'm like, it's 20 questions and then they put you on literally like intense drugs, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like there's no official like way to diagnose it. It's just like me answering, do you feel worthless? Do you feel hopeless? And they're like, here, have these like mind altering drugs like that are really hard to wean off of. And I've been on them for 10 years. And I'm like, and then I'm like, was I depressed or did I just have really bad OCD and intrusive thoughts that like made me tell myself to kill myself or like
Right.
things like that. So it's like, and then it's like, was all of this just ADHD? Like, was my brain just too noisy and like I had no medication and no tools to deal with that? It's like, who actually fucking knows? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is the youngest science. Like
well,
psychology
we're still, like,
is the
hundreds of
youngest
years away from knowing anything about. We're like 10% of what
it
we
would be
know.
good to just go, all right, I feel this way. You have a scan. They go, yeah, it's fine. Maybe you're just stressed from work.
Yeah. No, literally. Or
Maybe
like,
it's some
so
emotional
like, I think
trauma.
I'm autistic. It's like, no, you're just a little bit weird. Like,
That's the
and that's
thing
fine.
about like when we were, working with kids with autism, there was like, the symptoms you're looking for, like lack of eye contact. But here's the question. Tell me exactly how much lack of eye contact.
Yeah.
Because there are some kids you meet them, you go 100%.
Yeah, and they're
You are
nonverbal
absolutely,
and-
you're non.
Yeah.
Like this one is a very clear case.
Yeah.
And others you're like, well, like is that, so
like,
it has to be a cluster of symptoms.
Yeah.
But like if you meet one kid with autism, you've only met one because
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
another one who's got
Completely
a different, because if there's 5 categories, this kid's got 3 really severely. This kid has 4, but they're all quite mild.
yeah, and this person has 2 and they're completely different to this one with 3.
So a lot of it comes down to like, if you get the label, particularly as if you have a child with autism, that helps you get government funding to support.
That's the big thing.
So
yeah.
labels are useful in
that
the way
way.
our society is structured.
Totally, yeah.
But imagine if you could say, hey, your child has these symptoms. Well, maybe they shouldn't be in a school like this. Maybe they should be doing
Yeah.
this school instead and contributing to society this way. Or maybe we need to support them this way. And you do that. As opposed to like, all right, how do we make them fit
Into
the
this
system we
mold,
currently have?
which is broken.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know, I think educators are sort of better at it than they used to be,
Yeah.
for sure, and they're doing a lot of work and they're trying to like overhaul systems, but to some degree, like money talks. It's just like there's government funding if you get a diagnosis.
Yeah.
Great. You exaggerate this and this and this. I got,
Yeah.
and also the other way around. It's like people are like, I don't want the diagnosis. I'm like, yes, but you could
have
have help and
systems.
support.
Yeah.
So it works both ways. It's not like a
100%.
simple thing.
Yeah.
So
it sucks that we won't be around in like 200 years to see how it changes.
we
'Cause,
might
like,
be. We may
I mean,
upload
we
our
could.
consciousness to ChatGPT.
Can't fucking wait. Yay. I was thinking the other day because like my granddad had dementia, and I was thinking like, the whole like, are they conscious? Do they know like that they're there? Like those things. And I was like, probably in like 100 years they will know. Like surely they would know. Like they'll figure out a way
Right,
to know.
to
like
tell.
to know if you're because like. If they're not speaking and they're just sat there, it's like, is it just that, like, do they know that I'm there? Like, do they know, do you know what I mean? Like conscious thought, or in like a coma, they don't know if people can hear everything. Because people come out of a coma and they're like, oh, I could hear everything, but it's like they were just dreaming that whole time, and like it's quite traumatizing and things like that. But like then some people come out, they're like, no, I didn't know anything. It's like, surely there's going to be a way that they figure out if you can know, because like that would be
maybe there
crazy.
needs to be like a new brain scan, because even when they scan brains and things like that, they're like, this bit lights up and that bit lights up, but it's like, what does lighting up
Like
mean?
what's light up?
Yeah.
Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, these neurons are firing. I'm like, all right.
Okay, slay, but like what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what they do when they look at the results.
You could just be saying that. Like, no idea. Amazing. Well, we've just been yapping for so long.
Oh,
but
cool.
Thank you so much for coming on the pod. This has been so fun. And remember,
did we miss anything? Was there something you wanted to ask?
The plug, baby.
Oh, the plug?
The plug.
But you had a question about the baby stuff, or the book or something.
Nah.
It never came back to you.
What baby book? Oh yeah. See, this is how it works. The plug. What was that? I feel like we were talking about babies. It was like,
I'll be driving home and you'll message me and go,
I know.
remember.
It was something to do with like the dad being less like
involved
or
enthused.
thinking about it or something like that. I don't know.
It's all good.
Give me the plug. What's coming up for you next?
I just taped a special. It's called Simon Taylor, the Blue Jacket Special.
What the fuck? What are you wearing in it? Blue jacket?
Yes.
Oh my
and
God.
so I should have wore a red jacket.
That would actually be funny.
And that is coming out, I don't know, hopefully in the next month or two. I'll put it on my socials wherever it ends up, because it may just go online. But so I don't know where.
Iconic.
But
they can follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, follow me on
TikTok.
Simon Taylor, Funny Boy, on all the stuff, or jump on my mailing list. I like a mailing list.
Do you?
Yeah, because
You
I
own
know
it.
they get. Yeah, because I know you're getting it.
Yeah.
Because I post something on Instagram and it's like, do they see it?
Social media is a whole other fucked thing. I'm listening
Yeah.
to this book right now. I'll talk about this more another time, but it's called like what's it called? Strange People or something. And it's like about this girl who worked at Facebook when it started, and she became their like global diplomat.
Wow.
Because like basically she was like, this is going to change the world. What's it actually called? I actually will find it. But yeah, she was basically like, this is going to change the world, when it was just, you know, in its like, you could poke people phase. It was called Careless People. And she basically worked there when there was 10 people with Mark Zuckerberg and this other lady. And basically the whole company's completely fucked. And it was just a bunch of like crazy nerds running around being like, I don't care about being the prime minister of this country. And then like he would like take, like he wouldn't bow with her and try, and she was trying to be like, you need to do this because this is going to change politics, it's going to change policy, it's going to change elections, like it's actually going to change everything. Like you think it's just this social experiment, like it's so much bigger than that, and you need to fucking take it seriously. And they didn't hire her for like a year, but she would just keep calling them and be like, you ready to hire me yet? And then they rang her one day and they're like, yeah, we're ready. We need you. Please help. And she like went to Myanmar and like nearly got fucking trafficked and stuff. And because like she was trying, it's actually a really good book. She's just this Kiwi lady as well.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
Random. But anyway, social media is a whole other kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Stunning. But you can follow Simon on social and go watch his special. And thank you so much for coming. And
No worries.
don't forget to like, subscribe, rate, review, everything that I always say every week. But like, what does that even mean?
It actually helps.
Literally do it. It would be so good if you did that. Love you. Bye.
Bye.